Hey folks, I'm back with another episode of Meet the Trainers, and I'm here with actually two and a half people. I'm here with Tim Kelly. He's got Buddy Trey in the background, and my dog keeps making cameo appearances. So if you hear her tapping on the hardwood, I apologize. But the man of the hour, of course, is Tim Kelly from Apache. If you haven't trained with Tim, you really, really, really ought to fix that. He's one of these guys that just sort of exploded on the scene, bringing some fresh new blood to the training community. And I've seen him work wonders both in the classroom and on the range. And I can't tell you how excited I am to have you teaching not one, not two, not three, but four classes at TACON this year. You are also one of the hardest working people at the conference. So for anyone who hasn't had the pleasure of meeting you, please tell us all who you are and what you do.
Well, thank you for the introduction, Tiffany. I really appreciate it. And thanks for taking the time to meet with me. So, my name is Tim Kelly. I'm the owner of Apache Solutions. I started this business back in 2017 with the intentions of creating a stronger and more competent armed society. Before that, I spent about 8 years in the United States Marine Corps Infantry. Wanted to do that ever since I was a little rugrat. I got to live my dream. Unfortunately, God had other plans for me. So I got out in 2013, earned my degree in mechanical engineering, set out on a new journey to learn how to design and manufacture firearms and firearms components. Did that for a short period of time, grew a pretty significant distaste for it. So I got out of that and ended up in the training community. I seen a really serious need in my immediate community for firearms training, and there was really nothing around that was practical, honestly. And so we wanted to remedy that. So we created Apache. Our what we're really known for is our private sessions. So that's kind of our bread and butter. So over the last 7 years, we've taught well over 6,500 hours of private sessions, and that has served as a laboratory for us to help to create new course curriculum to see what works and what doesn't work. And so, just over the time, we've been able to create a lot of really good courses, and people keep coming back. So I guess it's working.
It's working great. And you and I have had a lot of conversations and philosophical backs and forths about instructional design and how to best put together, particularly instructor development curricula. But I just think that your approach and taking all of these hours of private lesson training and converting that into a framework for instructional development is really fascinating. And you are bringing a teaser of your recently released instructor enrichment program to TACCON. So we're going to talk about that. But first, let's talk about a repeat class that you are reprising because it was really popular last year, Elements of the Concealed Draw. What's that one all about?
So the title speaks for itself. We go through the process of drawing from concealment, a lot of the different concealment considerations, and a lot of the technical approach to getting a much more efficient concealed draw. So we have folks that come out that have never drawn from the holster before, and they've taken that class. They come out with the necessary tools and skills to be able to take home and practice it and be better and safer, right?
Yeah.
So that's essentially what it is. We teach that class probably it's a workshop. We teach that workshop probably 2 or 3 times a year here at Apache. So yeah, it's been a successful hit too.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put my thumb on the scale here and say because we have TACCON this year is about 30% brand new folks who've never come before. If you don't come from a concealed draw culture, if your focus has been primarily on just the fundamentals of actual shooting, if you've never been told that there are separate and discrete steps to the presentation process, if no one's ever corrected your thumb placement or the webbing of your hand or anything like that, if no one's ever told you where your elbow's supposed to be, where your shoulder's supposed to be, what your muscle contraction's supposed to feel like while you're drawing, guess what? You need to take Tim's class. We've got two classes covering the concealed draw this year. Tim Reedy is also offering Holster Success, and it's very similar, but Tim Kelly, we got the Tim's Club going on again this year. But Tim Kelly's 4-hour class on elements of the concealed draw really breaks it all down. So definitely consider it, either if you're new to the draw or if you're an instructor, right? And it makes my blood boil when I go to classes and folks are like, okay, just get the gun on target or pull your gun out, and they don't actually teach the technique. So thank you, Tim, for doing us that service. I appreciate it. All right, next up. So I'm going to take these two as a pair. Last year you taught recoil management, but this year you're teaching both recoil management from a practitioner standpoint and also a sneak peek at your instructor enrichment program teaching recoil management. So tell us about those two classes, how they differ, how they're alike, and what folks can expect.
Okay, great. So the recoil management portion is actually a shortened version of our 4-hour workshop, but it's a hyper focus on recoil management itself. So folks who are struggling or need a deeper understanding of how to mitigate recoil, and no, I'm not just saying, death grip the gun or anything like that. There's a little more to it. So we have some techniques that we've seen work over the years, and it'll only take a couple hours to really get that across the students. So I think it's an exceptional opportunity for folks to come out and get a better handle on recoil management as a whole. One of the things that I like to do, I'm not very scatterbrained. I like to be very pinpoint focused. And so these workshops are hyper focuses on small topics. So that allows a student to not get distracted by drawing from the holster, or not get distracted by movement, not get distracted by any of the other stuff, target transitions, whatever it might be, and just concern themselves with how can I keep that gun running flat, and how can I control this and gain a little bit more competence in it so I can be more confident in my ability to use it. So it's a great workshop. Now,
Yeah.
teaching recoil management is actually a portion of our instructor enrichment program. This is actually only the second time I've actually talked about this on a video format. But the instructor enrichment program started last year. We had a huge success with it, and we've got some opportunities coming up here soon. Hopefully, we'll be launching the next one. But anyway, there's a 4-hour block of instruction inside the instructor enrichment program based around teaching recoil management. So if you want the secret sauce and all the tips and tricks and stuff like that we use, then that's the workshop for you. If you want to come and share your secret sauce and share your approach to recoil management, that is your opportunity to do it. So it's all about enriching folks and helping to encourage others to open their minds up to different ways and different methods. And it's a great team building course. It really is. And hopefully it's an inside look at some of the great opportunities the instructor enrichment program brings.
So all of that has been really just a lead up to one of the classes that I'm probably most excited about this TACCon, and that is a new class, a classroom block that you are bringing called Level Up Your Range Commands. And anybody who knows me knows that this is where I can totally nerd out. So when you pitched this to me, I remember I was running in the airport and you were like, I don't know what Tom would think. And I was like, oh, we're doing it. Let's do it. It's awesome. And so I really, really cannot wait to attend this class and see how well received it's going to be. So tell us about Level Up Your Range Commands.
So this is also another portion of our instructor enrichment program. Something that we dive in pretty heavily to is how to deliver effective range commands. And the reason why we come up with this is because there really has never been any class out there, anything that's really been offered by anyone else that actually teaches you how to deliver range commands. When you become an instructor, no matter if you go the NRA route, USCCA route, Range Master route, does not matter where you go. You're expected to know those, but it's not taught. It's not
We
the
teach it. That's why I was so excited about it. Akil and I teach it in our class, and I was so glad to see somebody else teaching it. But anyway, I'm sorry.
no, I'm just gonna say that it's often emulated. You know what I mean? And that's it.
Mhm.
I watched a certain person do it. I connect with it, and so that's just how I'm going to deliver it. But I don't understand why I'm doing it. And we don't do that with anything else, with any other skill. We certainly don't do it with any other technical skill, right? You become more professional when you can articulate it. So that's my goal with this classroom exercise is to kind of help provide somebody with or provide our students with a guideline essentially. So something that they can apply to their courses and go out and run a safer and more efficient line.
I'm trying to contain my excitement. If you do any kind of instructing, or even if you just do informal coaching, this is a class that you will not want to miss. So thank you to you and the entire Apache crew for putting together this material. Congratulations on the release of your new instructor enrichment program. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, and I'm really hoping to get in on the next class. And I can't wait to see you and Frank and all the guys, Zach and everybody else in Dallas. So thanks again. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Tiffany.